So, my fellow degenerates, Craft Haystack is now officially doing his first Google Hangout. Who knows who will show up? Maybe nobody will show up. But figured give this a try, see what happens. Well, anyways, start talking about Craft Haystack's day. Well, Craft Haystack works in a craft beer factory. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? Well, it's true. Anyways, some of his fellow co-workers decided to goof around today. Well, Craft Haystack was mixing up some of the malt mash essential to creating some of the best craft beer ever made. Made in the great state of Maine, United States of America. We all get the drift there. Anyways, so Craft Haystack was minding his own business when suddenly one of his co-workers turned to the other one and said, "Just shoot me in the face repeatedly right now." The other co-worker said, "What?" The first co-worker said, "Go ahead, shoot me in the face repeatedly." And so that co-worker pulled out the drawer underneath their desk. They pulled out not a real gun, but a Nerf gun. So they showed it to the other coworker. The other coworker laughed, took the gun, and started aiming it around the rest of the craft beer factory. The second coworker, the owner of that Nerf gun, said, "No. Don't actually shoot that at anybody, because it actually stings quite a bit." Well, lesson learned. The first coworker decided that they would shoot a third coworker in the side of the head. That third coworker happened to be female. Not that it really matters as far as gender goes with Craft Haystack. But anyways, long story short, the third coworker got shot in the side of the head for everyone to see, and it was hilarious. The first coworker profusely apologized to the third coworker, even though it probably wasn't going to leave a mark or anything. Either way, it was hilarious. What can I say? Oh, old Craft Haystack had a very good time today. All right. Craft Haystack has two monitors, by the way, so he could shift his monitor over, or his viewing over here, so that he can go ahead and see what's going on. So live streaming on Google is in its beta. For now, all we're left with is the stupid Google Hangout where nobody wants to join. Oh well. Might as well put this video up anyways. Even if nobody decides to come hang out. Craft Haystack is 3 sheets to the wind. He just filmed 2 videos. One to be uploaded either tonight or tomorrow. The second to be uploaded probably I would imagine probably by the weekend. Hopefully Friday. That would be wonderful. Today's Wednesday. The days just slip by for Craft Haystack sometimes. Anyways, people out there in the CBDC currently, apparently, has no members. But that will change pretty soon, I'd imagine, anyways. There are many out there in the YTDC that absolutely hate Craft Haystack, but there are many ardent and loyal followers who will get cabinet positions. And we're not talking about Secretary of State. We're not talking about Secretary of Defense or anything lame like that. No. We're talking about secretary positions that Craft Haystack is going to invent. Come up with on his own. Oh man, how long have we been going with this here? We got one viewer. Woo! Whoever the hell that is. Oh man, once we get to about, I would say probably about 15, 20 minutes is probably all about all Craft Haystack is going to do as far as this goes by himself. And that one viewer just left. Anyways. Woo! You'll see this in an upcoming video. Any of you out there who are so privileged to be watching this video right now, 2 viewers. Cowpuncher will be featured as an upcoming craft beer selection by the one, the only Craft Haystack. Booyah! Cowpuncher. And there is a funny joke that's going to come with that in the video. Cowpuncher. What does that sound like? Oh, donkey punch. Cowpuncher. Plenty of idiots out there in the YTDC who deserve a donkey punch. Anyways, wonder what's going on with you folks out there in the CBDC. And I hope I made this able for people to actually join. Probably got to put this in the description. I don't know. Woo! This is exciting. 2 viewers out there. Fantastic. Well. Live events. Oh, boy. Well, nobody out there in the CBDC or the YTDC for that matter who is actually watching the stream feels the need to make any humorous comments. But oh well. Present to everyone. Stop presenting. Oh well. The Hangout thing is something that Craft Haystack has always hated in the past. Always thought it was particularly gay to be hanging out with 7 other dudes online at a time. But gotta go where the popularity of this actually might be, you know? Some of Craft Haystack's favorite videos are Theodore Barris's stupid shit show videos. Horrible. But Congasm, that is one lad who puts on a great Google Hangout. I must say, he knows what he's doing. The Big Grabowski, aka the little dick Grabowski, is absolutely horrible at throwing Google Hangouts because he doesn't actually share them. Oh, he shares them for people to actually join. But after that, he goes ahead and he deletes them. Craft Haystack goes into work some days thinking, Craft Haystack doesn't want to listen to any music. He doesn't want to listen to democratic, liberal talk radio. But he would like to listen to a bunch of jibber jabber, a bunch of YTDC degenerates spoke about the night before. So on occasion, he does like to pull up the previous night's popular Google Hangout and go ahead, listen to it. And he knows some of you not only by name, but by the sound of your voice by now, because he listens to it so much. But in the case of the little Dick Grabowski, he decides that he doesn't actually want to leave those hosted Google Hangouts that he provides up for our viewing pleasure. That, to Craft Haystack, is particularly disappointing. The Big Grabowski will never be part of the CBDC. And that you can bet on. See who's out there. My channel. Craft Haystack, 2 people watching 12 minutes ago. Can already tell this fucking thing is like absolutely not working as far as letting people join. Who knows what's happening? Anyways. Paul Pinelli says, interesting. Well, I hope so. Doesn't seem so interesting so far. Paul Pinelli, ardent and loyal Craft Haystack follower, undoubtedly is getting a CBDC assignment to Craft Haystack's chairman cabinet. I've said in these 2 videos that I filmed today, put up a link in the description for people to join. It says Craft Beer Saint. Here we go. Things actually got pretty interesting because Craft Haystack is an idiot. Here we go. We're going to add a link for people to join. Got the link to join. Click this. Page changes. So one thing, I watched Congasm's how-to of how to do a Google Hangout before this. So one thing that Craft Haystack forgot to do. Here we go. All of you out there who are watching, who want to join, go ahead, restart or reload the page. Like I said, very exciting. Well, go ahead, click on that link and go ahead and join if you want. Woo! Craft Haystacks internet is pretty slow right now. Oh, out there, let's see. Paul Pinelli says going live is hard. Indeed, going live is hard. Took me a while to get the hang of it. Paul Pinelli says he was already the CEO of the YTDC. I don't know about that. But as far as the CBDC is concerned, you definitely have a place in Craft Haystack's cabinet. Craft Beer Saint says he's at work. Can't join, but he'll watch. Well, go ahead and watch then. Craft Beer Saint. He might support Craft Haystack, but I know in his heart of hearts he already supports Donald Trump. And that's fine. But given the absolute disgusting, horrible week that Donald J. Trump has already had, well, by all means, if you don't want to support the one, the only, Bernard Sanders, well, that's your own fault. FYI, Bernie Sanders has no middle name. Already tried looking it up. In the spirit of Theodore Linus Barris. Yes, that's right. He has a middle name every single time. That's what happens. Craft Haystack is getting absolutely tanked on Cowpuncher right now. And it has 4 viewers. Not bad, not bad. Anybody who wants to actually go ahead, join this ridiculous chat where Craft Haystack is speaking to himself, go ahead, click the link in the description. Let's see if that link actually works. Oop. Craft Haystack still hasn't had dinner yet, so this is going down particularly well. And did read on Beer Advocate that 3 Beers, the company that actually manufactures and brews fantastic beer in the shitty state of Massachusetts, stopped brewing Cowpuncher in 2013. Wow. Craft Haystack is seeing some floaties in there. I'm hoping that that's actually yeast. Well, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Who knows? Let's click that link again. Getting the hang of Google Hangouts. It's fun. Dan ABA says, entertain me, Craft Haystack. Well, I'm giving it a shot. I'm not doing a great job, I know. But I gotta give it a try. Nostalgic 80s kid, one of Craft Haystack's first supporters, says, WTF is this? I thought you despised Hangouts. And if you want to know, well, Craft Haystack does hate Hangouts. But it's only because he's never had one of his own. Everybody out there in the YTDC is so popular, and they get followers with Hangouts. Kraft Haystack said early on that he hated everybody out there in the YTDC. At least he thinks he did. Maybe he didn't. But he will say he doesn't actually hate many of you. Many of you. Most of you he hates, but many. Now he actually does hate. And he's thinking about doing these hangouts on the regular. If he could get actually more than 4 viewers at a time and actually one person to go ahead and join, that would be fantastic. A nostalgic 80s kid, I know you like Enya. I don't want to say right here, right now, check out my next video, uploaded tonight or tomorrow. You'll love it. Enya is the official music of the CBDC and the official music of nostalgic 80s kids' high school English class, for that matter. Excuse me. Dan ABA says, what does Kraft Haystack think of malt companies like InBev buying out craft breweries? Well, it's a tough subject. Early on, maybe Kraft Haystack's third video, Theodore Johnson Barris left a comment stating that Sierra Nevada Celebration was not indeed craft beer. Kraft Haystack disagrees. Sierra Nevada may be a giant beverage company, but at least it qualifies as being independent. And it's shipped all over the world, which is a small feat indeed. Well, really, giant feat. If you consider the fact that they started in where? Nevada? To the fact that I can actually obtain Celebration, one of the greatest holiday beverages ever procured out of the craft beer family, is saying something. But I will say this. I understand what Theodore is saying. InBev bought out one of the biggest, well, semi-biggest craft beer companies out there. It's big now only because InBev bought it out, but it's Goose Island. Let's get that out there. Goose Island, not terrible beer. They've kept the recipe. They've kept some of the mainstays, the tent posts, if you will, of their product. The IPA, Session IPA, the Hefeweizen, all that stuff. All the things that they need, that they started with, that they actually need to actually go forth. And they're not horrible. But InBev, a number of years ago, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, bought out one of Kraft Haystack's favorite craft beer breweries from the great state of Vermont. Burlington, in fact. One of the former mayors of Burlington. Magic Hat Brewery was actually procured by InBev a number of years ago. One of the greatest craft beer beverages out there is Magic Hat number 9. Apricot flavored, but does qualify as a pale ale. It's fantastic. Anyways, thought that might answer your question, even though it's not a great answer. But Dan ABA says malt liquor companies. Wow. What InBev does is their own business. If they want to drink, if they want to brew disgusting, putrid filth, known as malt liquor, by all means, keep doing it. The masses buy it. I know that there's a certain audience out there in the YTDC that will continue buying malt liquor. They're disgusting. They're pieces of trash. None of them live in the great state of Maine, United States of America. But I'll tell you this. It's going to keep happening. Malt liquor will still be made by InBev, no matter what. Because you got your high, you got your medium, and you got your low. And the low is definitely malt liquor. You pieces of trash out there who decide that malt liquor is worth your time. Ho, 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 ho. You may not die an early death, but don't be surprised if you do. And yes, Craft Haystack may from time to time indulge in a craft beer made by InBev. It's unavoidable. They're a corporation. As much as Craft Haystack despises corporations, he does, in fact, support unions. So, what I'm saying here is Craft Haystack will, from time to time, support InBev. But don't be surprised if a craft beer, don't be surprised if Goose Island actually pops up from time to time. It may not answer your question. It's a bad, it's not a great answer, but it's an answer nonetheless. Anyways, Nostalgic 80s Kid says, on top of that, send an invite to Metal Madman and Ted. Well, Metal Madman and Theodore probably have much better things to do than to speak to the great Craft Haystack. Both are fans of craft beer. Well, maybe not so much Ted anymore, since all of a sudden he's been consumed with the lure of marijuana. Well, Craft Haystack loves Maine lettuce, but it's not his main vice. Craft beer will forever remain Craft Haystack's main vice. But shout out to the one, the only Anticorp, who has been a supporter of Craft Haystack from the very beginning. What is it? HSV LTV? Fantastic channel. Don't actually really know. GSHL TV. Fantastic channel. Anticorp is a fantastic stand-up Canadian. And Craft Haystack is putting it out there right now. Craft Haystack, going back to the InBev, you got the medium. You got Labatt Blue. Craft Haystack isn't fond of regular ass beer, but he will subject himself to the chug challenge that GSHL TV actually puts out once in a while. Anticorp, if you're listening, Craft Haystack will actually do the chug challenge with Labatt Blue. Comes in a 1.5 ounce. We'll do it. Time and place, Anticorp. Anyways, Nostalgic 80s Kid says, I love you, Haystack, as long as you keep playing Enya, Orinoco Flow. Well, Enya will continue to be a staple in Craft Haystack's repertoire. Got more coming, folks. 2 videos to come. And one is actually Enya. Like I said. Nostalgic 80s Kid says Enya is a goddess. Indeed, she is. And Craft Haystack would tap that Irish ass in a minute. Nostalgic 80s Kid says, much respect to the haystack. No homo. Cheers, man. LOL. It's cool. No big deal. Oh, man. Craft Haystack is going to have to end this pretty soon. God, look at that. It's like disgusting. Look at that. Look at that goddamn yeast. Craft Haystack currently searching for any sign that this was actually bottled in 2013, like he said. Cowpuncher. Jesus Christ. Wow. Nostalgic 80s Kid says, natural ice. So he says, wait. I got, oh man, more comments. Wait. Colostomy grab bag. It needs to be said. Craft Haystack, big fan of colostomy grab bag. Very funny. Has always been a good supporter of anybody out there who does not actually follow the now dead blueprint. The blueprint is dead, folks. Let it be known. The blueprint used to be a guidepost for those in the malt liquor community who actually followed it and actually created decent malt liquor videos. Anybody out there right now who's following the blueprint and drinks malt liquor makes absolutely garbage, disgusting, terrible malt liquor videos, except for, there are exceptions. The Fear, fantastic video maker, but he is not actually exclusive to malt liquor. So there you go. Colostomy grab bag says Merlot sluts. Well, you're not going to see any Merlot drinking on this channel, and I am definitely not drinking the rest of this fucking beer. Well, I'm going to drink the 2/3 of it. Oh, man. Nostalgic 80s Kid says, LMFAO, this is great. Well, this is Craft Haystack live and uncompromised. Dan ABA says, thank you for your thoughts. You are welcome, my friend. Dan ABA. Kind of remember, put him in Craft Haystack's cabinet for the CBDC chairmanship. There's some of you out there who deserve a post, deserve a position in the CBDC. Metal Madman is not one of them. But if he comes begging Craft Haystack, I'll honor it. Nostalgic 80s Kid says they're watching right now. So is TGB. The Big Grabowski. Well, you know, come to think of it, The Big Lebowski is a fantastic movie. The Big Grabowski, on the other hand, horrible YouTube channel. The first channel and the second channel after he lost to the malt minister. Craft Haystack will put it out there right now. He actually doesn't believe that the little Dick Grabowski actually lost because he drank apple juice in that second 40 ounce of malt liquor. It's a pity. He should have been drinking apple juice to begin with. Malt liquor is definitely a step down from even sewage water, even filtered water. But Craft Haystack must admit, the Big Grabowski put up a good fight to the malt minister, even if he vomited during that challenge. He made good time. But unfortunately, if the malt minister has ejected the Big Grabowski and he embarrassed him, which he did, if the Big Grabowski wants to go back to malt liquor, the very poison that did him and his first channel in, that's his own fault. He's not allowed in the CBDC. He hasn't done anything personally to Kraft Haystack, but he's just not allowed. He's an asshole in the comments. What can I say? Nostalgic 80s kid says natural ice. Not going to comment on that. No bad beer ever on Kraft Haystack's channel. He further says, Bolton is God. Yes, Bolton is God. As a matter of fact, Bolton is God. I'm going to address Mike May right now. There is no God. And if there is a God, Michael Bolton is God. Christianity is a farce. Atheism is actually substance. And you, Mike May, you pray to no God. You piece of trash. Stay off of YouTube. Bolton, Michael Bolton is God. Nostalgic 80s kid says the blueprint has been dead. Well, it obviously has been. Furthermore, he says Tears for Fears head over heels. Kraft Haystack will take that into consideration. See how long we are with this stream. Oh. 36 minutes. Well, it's about time Kraft Haystack wrap this up. He knows that he got up to 5 subscribers. He got up to 5 viewers at this point. He's completely wasted. And he can actually do these Google Hangouts without the aid of you idiots out there coming up with ridiculous shit to talk about. Leave it in the chat comments, or actually go ahead and join at some point. For now, Kraft Haystack has been live, and Kraft Haystack out.